See if we have a tag. We don't. I'm going to open this guy up, and then we're going to cut our mesh. And we're going to build our base for our wreath today. I'm cutting these 15 inches. We need 12. If you have been following me, you know that this chair and I don't get along, and I finally sat down last night and found a chair that I think I'm gonna love. It has a footrest on it, which is great for my pots because I have to sit. I'm gonna clean this edge off. I sit crisscross applesauce a lot, but if I sit here for a straight hour and design, it's not great to sit crisscross applesauce for an hour, but I have desk hammocks, but my table is so wide. This is a door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 4 more. This is a door, and it is so wide, and I'm so short that I can't comfortably get to my desk hammock the way it is right now, and the hubby hasn't had time to screw it in underneath at the proper placement because it's meant to just clamp onto your table. If you have a regular table, it's great. I highly recommend it. Now my Cricut table and my desk, my Cricut table is right there and my desk is right there. Both of those I can reach my desk hammocks just fine. But this is super wide because when I started 4 years ago, I used a lifetime table and all I did was knock my supplies off the end of my table. And because I'm not completely healthy, I have to eliminate all of those obstacles to get my work done. I can't fight everything I'm doing. I need everything to go as smooth as possible. That's why I have all of these tools. You'll often hear people in the industry say, when you start, you don't need all the tools. And that is true for a healthy person. And I did acquire these over time. But if you're not like 100% healthy, I'm telling you, you need all the tools. And you need to work in your shop a little bit to see what the tools are that you need for your struggles. All right, so now I need 24 cut 10 inches. And I need to count. So I need to do this. I can't put them in the basket because they're going to fall out. I need a bigger basket. Do you want to hear something exciting? So I've been homebound for about 8 years. I developed severe chronic illnesses 7.5 years ago. So I've been homebound 7.5 years. I've had chronic illness for 18 years, but before 7.5 years ago, I would have been mild on the chronic illness chart or spectrum or scale. and I lived a full life. So then when these moved in 7.5 years ago, life changed, and I've been home ever since. But what you don't know, if you haven't been here since day one, is that right before COVID hit, I had built my body up to the point where I was going to try to go to a few stores and see how it went. Excuse me. And I sneezed into my shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 8. I went to one store a month, and then I would recover. And the next month we would choose a different store. And the stores I chose were the Dollar Tree, Lowe's, Walmart, Marshall's. And I was having a blast. It was hard on my body, but I was building up slowly, right? You don't do anything all at once with chronic illness. Well, long story short, COVID hit, and that was the end of that. And then I've had COVID 3 times so far, as most people probably have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And honestly, my husband and I think we had a new strain of it a little while back, because we were sick for like 2 weeks. It just would not go away. And of course it was much milder, but anyway, doesn't matter. You know, that kind of took over life. So what I'm trying to get to is, if not this weekend, next week, I'm going to the Dollar Tree. I've gotten to the point, I've built myself up in the house, that it's time to see how I do adding that in. It is certainly not going to be every week. It'll probably be once a month if it goes well, and then I will build myself up. My allergies, no bueno. I went out on our porch a couple of times yesterday, and woo! All right, so I am rolling. Oh, I'm only going to roll twice. Now I have a tickle in my throat. And you put that down as far as you can and tie it off tight. So I'm super excited to get back out there. And I shop online and I love it. And you all know I'm an Amazon girl and have been for years, but there's just something about going in the store. You can buy online from Dollar Tree, but you buy in bulk, and sometimes I don't need 24 packs of anything. So I want to see what they have out for patriotic. I want to see what they have added in for butterflies, things like that. I'm excited. So if I don't go tomorrow, we're going to wait and see how I feel, because this week I've been flaring a little bit. And when you have to pace when you're chronically ill, so if you're flaring, it's not the time to go add something in. So I think I'm going next week. Super excited. I'll have to do a haul and show you what I get. I laughed because it's been so many years since I've been in a Dollar Tree that probably gonna walk out $200 later, huh? I mean, now it's $1.25, isn't it? You'd be amazed at the things you miss when you're homebound. We picked up groceries. I rode with my husband to pick up groceries the other night. Well, last week. I didn't go this week. I was too tired and kind of flaring. But the car beside us, we kept going through the stoplights and it kept turning off. And then it would crank. And I thought, I feel so bad for them. They're having car trouble. And Next stoplight, the car turns off, turns back on. So I finally said to my husband, I said, these poor people aren't going to make it home. And he was like, why? I said, because their car is turning off at every stoplight. I said, I hate that for them. He laughed. He said that it's, he said, that's a thing now, Terry. It's on purpose. The car is doing that to, I don't know what. I don't know. What does that do? Anybody know? I know it would drive me crazy. Because I would, at every stoplight, I'd be thinking my car was not going to crank again. So, when you live with someone that's been homebound for almost 8 years, there's so many things that change. It's just wild what you don't know. There was a restaurant here when I was healthy that we took our kids to all the time, multiple times a week. And one night, I texted the family and I said, who wants to go to bleep, bleep, bleep? Everybody's laughing. It's not even called that anymore, you guys. It's a completely different place. That place is gone. So, fast forward a month, and I said, who wants to pick up blah, blah, blah? Said the same thing. And they were like, my husband was like, I told you. But you know, you don't realize when you're not driving by places all the time and you're not out there, you would be shocked how hard it is to keep up with all of those types of things. It's impossible. When you're chronically ill, number one, that stuff doesn't even matter anymore. You're just trying to get through your day. But when you're not out and driving by something and out in the community, it's a different situation. Like I have built myself up to ride with my husband to get groceries, but we don't go by there. We go the same way every time. So those are the things that I see. Anyway, I'm going to Dollar Tree, which means I have to pace myself really well so that I am able to go next week. You know, you can do all the things right and still flare, so we'll just hope I can go. That's the plan, but I'll let you know. Okay, let's do curls. Let me grab my thing that I love to use. I was going to do it without it with the clip, but I don't want to. Of course, I'm out of water. Okay. I cannot believe the sun is shining outside of my window. I opened that window so you girls have better light on these videos. I cannot believe the sun is shining because when we woke up this morning, you want to talk about a frog strangler. That's what we call them. You would not believe how hard it was raining here. And I think my husband said overnight we had an inch of rain. And it was supposed to rain all day. Look outside that window. It's gorgeous. Sun is shining. Birds are singing. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I want my husband to put together our new bar set this weekend and put it out. So here's hoping. But I think it's going to rain. Let's see, what are you girls doing this weekend? And guys, if I have any guys here, people keep commenting, you do know that there are guys, but I don't know. I think, I mean, Facebook tells you who's here, and I swear we might have two, but everyone is welcome. I'm tickled that you're here, and I don't ever want you to feel left out. It's really a habit at this point. We started out as all girls, and I would talk to the girls, and it's a habit. And maybe I need to try to change that. Because I would never want anybody to feel left out at all. Never. Now, the guys that come on here and they are asking you girls for your numbers and they're trying to get you to message them, I block them real quick. I think I've caught them all pretty quickly. We're going in with 2 10-inch curls in purple. Where are my purple lovers? People are serious about purple. It's a serious love affair. And purple has a long historical meaning. It's royalty, religious meanings, and a lot of meaning and tradition behind purple. And it's gorgeous. It is gorgeous. It just isn't my favorite color like it is for some other people. I love turquoise. And I think I love turquoise because I love the beach so much. And it reminds me of the water, I think. But it's also just an amazing color. So who knows? Might be that. So anyway, this weekend, I'm thinking my back deck will get the bar and everything. I think the rug comes in today. I ordered a rug. It was too small. Because, I mean, you know I didn't measure right. And it's fine because I can put the rug that's too small down on my patio as an entrance rug to one of the doors. So all is not lost. But I ordered the right size rug. And I'll just tell you all, I got it from Sam's Club, an outdoor rug. Best price, hands down, for like a gorgeous outdoor rug that I have found anywhere. Have you seen the outdoor rugs at Sam's Club? Now, if you're a Costco person, I'm sure they have them as well. I don't know. My sister goes to Costco. But I'm telling you, outdoor rugs at Sam's Club? Yes, please. This is so cute. I tell you all the time. Well, I don't tell you all the time, but I'm telling you now, like I told you the other day. Everyday wreaths do not have to be black, brown, moss green, beige. You can put this pop of color in an everyday wreath and leave it out year round. If it's your favorite color, go with it. Every day doesn't have to mean boring. Who is cleaning up or decorating this weekend? It's the last weekend of April. It's time to start thinking patriotic. Summer. It's time for a new vibe. It's time for Easter to go away and be put away for the year in spring. When they start popping back out of the top is when even though I only have one left, that's when I stop trying to get them in there. I'm just making an X. I'm putting the seam side down and I'm putting this into every tie. There were 12 ties on this wreath. This is a smaller wreath. I make these for nursing home doors. They would also be good for a pantry, a dorm, but you can also put these on your front door. No reason not to, unless you just want it to be bigger. Y'all know me, they're still gonna be deep and have all the blingy bling. All the blingy bling. All right, last one, and I will be back and we will be cutting our ribbon tails. So I'll see you in the next video. Look, super cute. Look at that, that is a party. Who loves purple? Okay, I'll be back, we'll cut ribbon tails. Hey guys, we are adding the ribbons to this gorgeous wreath. So we have to make our ribbon tail packets. I'm doing 13 inches and we have 12 ties. Now this ribbon is going to tie this wreath all together. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a watercolor flower. It has pinks and purples and greens, and it is stunning. Let's make our packets. I'm lining those up, seam to seam and dovetail. Line these up so they're all the same length, and then you put them seam to seam and dovetail. Line these up. Seam to seam, and we're going to dovetail. Line this side up. Don't leave them scraggly. Line them back up again. I wish we had smell-o-vision. My husband is cooking bacon. Oh gosh, the whole house smells so good. All right, I'm lining up these last 4. If you don't have great scissors like this, then if you have to, cut them one at a time. Whatever you have to do to get that great cut, these scissors are just my favorite scissors, I tell you all the time. And they cut really well, so I can cut more. But you do with what you have. So if you have to cut these one by one, do that. Now, if you are looking for a wreath for a nursing home door, this can also just be used on an everyday door, but it is a great size for a nursing home door, and that's why I call these my nursing home wreaths. But this would be such a great Mother's Day gift for someone in a rehab center or nursing home to have on their door. So if you're looking for something like that, this is already in the shop. It will be linked on my page, or you can always go to the top of my page, click shop now, and it will take you directly to my shop. Where are my purple people at? Leave a purple heart if you love purple. So for instance, I just cut through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ribbons. It really cuts down on your work time when you have good scissors. And these scissors, I looked the other day, when I started buying them, they were $14.99. At some point when I was able to start sharing them with you girls, they went on sale for like $9.99. And when I looked the other day, I could be wrong, but it looked like that $9.99 might be a permanent situation. Like, it didn't say sale and it was still $9.99. So I thought, woo, that would be amazing. So I bought several because I like to drop them. I offer wreath kits, and I love, every time I offer a new kit, I love to drop a pair in a random box. So I make the boxes. My husband comes back behind me and he tapes them and ships them. So I really don't know who gets them, you guys. It really is random. I just go through and I drop them in a random box, and it's fun. Unless you come back and tell me, then I don't have any idea who gets those scissors. Now, the first wreath kit I did, I think it was the first purchase, got it. The last wreath kit I did, it was random, and I think moving forward it's going to be random, but maybe we'll do something different every time. We'll just see. We'll just see where this little gifty, surprise gifty leads us. But it's fun. My wreath kits are pajama parties, just to add in a little bit of fun. You don't have to do it, but I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to craft in their pajamas? I'm not in my pajamas today. I'm dressed for the day, but our grandson is coming again this weekend. We're tickled pink. We didn't know he was coming, so it was a great surprise. All right, so you've already creased these in the center. You scrunch them up the center. Is scrunch a technical term? I don't know. You should be in the center. Put that in your tie in between all those curls you just put in. And you're going to pull it apart and give it a little attitude here. You don't want it to be flat. You want it to have a little attitude, a little sass. This is so gorgeous. I cannot even tell you how gorgeous this is, truly. This is stunning. I'm loving it. The thing about my wreaths that are this size is they're still really deep. They still have all the bling. So they're just as much fun as my larger wreaths. They just fit better on the door. That's all. This is a great size for a dorm room as well. So, apartment, dorm room, nursing home. But if you wanted this wreath on your front door because you just love it, it would look great. It's okay either way. happened here? There it goes. All right. She was upside down and I thought, what happened here? Okay. Coming up on the last two. I think for this wreath, I'm going to make a 3-2-1 bow. I always love them. So, in the next video, we will make a 3-2-1. See how she just keeps getting cuter and cuter and cuter and cuter? Look at her little watercolor flowers. All right. This is our sign so that you can put it all into perspective. When we come back, it says, don't be afraid, just believe. It is Mark 5:36. And the reason I was drawn to this sign, here's just a little side note. The chronic illnesses, I've been a spoonie for 18 years, that I lived a normal life until 7.5 years ago when some new chronic illnesses came in and they completely changed my life. I was bedridden for 2 years, and after that I did not just pop right back up. It has been a slow process to rebuild my body and get to where you see me sitting here today. This is such a huge dream that I dreamed in bed that you have no idea. And so with the inability to parent my children, I had a freshman in high school and a senior in high school. With the amount of symptoms that were going through my body, a lot of fear moved in, okay? A lot of fear. I want you to know that the Bible says, do not be afraid 365 times. That's once for every day of the year. And that spoke to me. And I have since been able to get 90% of my fear controlled. During this time, our youngest son also suffered not one, but 2 traumatic brain injuries 2 years apart. Both sports related. We almost lost him the second time. So, a lot of fear moved in, and sorry guys. I can't talk about my son without crying. I'm working on it, but I can't do it. Anyway, we all have different things that we fear and different things that keep us up at night, but that is what drew me to this sign. I will be back to make a 3-2-1 bow. I'm going to get myself together. I'll be right back. Hey girls, let's make a bow. I'm going to start with this 2.5 purple. I want to do my 3-2-1 bow for this wreath. All right, so I'm going to do 12 inches because I can trim that on the wreath. It might be too long, but you can't add, right? You can always take away, but you can't add. This is called a 3-2-1 wreath because bow, I'm sorry. I'm a little frazzled. All right, so 6 inches on the loops. All right, here we go. 3 in the back. I'm just matching that tail and I'm giving it a dovetail. I want to add in this pink, and the reason I'm adding in pink is because we introduced the pink with that watercolor ribbon, so this ties it all together nicely. And I am going to make this tail right around the same size. You can make it a little bit shorter. Now the loop I am going to make a little bit shorter. My vacuum is running if you hear that noise in the background. It's my Roomba. I can't live without my Roomba. Named her Rosie from the Jetsons. And I just got the robotic mop this week, or last week, or sometime. And I named it Sudsy, and I love it so much. I don't have the spoons to vacuum and mop every week. Okay, so if you hear a weird noise, it's the vacuum. It's just kind of like white noise. All right. Going in with this watercolor floral that is so gorgeous. And I'm putting it on top so it will really show and tie in the rest of that wreath. And it just gets one. It's a 3, 2, 1. I'm going to take it off the stack here. Keep that stack intact. Tie it off as tight as you can. And then I already know that I want to come in with this pink. To cover my Chanel stem. See it without and with, it makes such a difference. What is everyone doing this weekend? Tell me below. And if you don't mind, would you please share this video? It helps me and my small business so much. It helps my page grow. It helps new friends show up here every single time you girls share a video. Someone says, hi, it's my first time watching. It's just fun. It's fun. I do not pay for ads or anything on Facebook. We're growing organically. And you girls are a huge part of that. Huge. Okay, I'm not going to fight this, but I also don't want it floating around and ending up in my finger. So we're just going to put her in here so we can move forward. Okay. Now, you know I like to fluff a little bit before we ever make it to the project. So I'm starting in the back and I'm just pulling these 3 apart. I love a good 3, 2, 1 bow. You have no idea. You have no idea. It's just a precious bow. It looks good all the time. And you can put together 3 ribbons, or you can use the same ribbon and do a 3, 2, 1 bow, and it looks great, and it looks full, and it looks precious. And I learned this from Kali. I learned the 3, 2, 1 bow from Kali. Okay, ready? Perfectly precious, right? Let's get this sign ready. We're not going to talk about the sign. We won't talk about Bruno, because we know what happened to me in the last video. We're not going to talk about it. But I was very drawn to this sign. All right. And she has peonies on her, and my peonies are getting ready to bloom, and I love them so much. It's such a gorgeous flower. I gotta put on my glasses to get in this little I noticed this morning that they have huge buds, huge, so they're getting ready to bloom. So if you're new to peonies, we love them here in the South. Fun fact, they have to have the ants like crawling all over them to bloom. The ants are their friends. Don't try to get the ants off of your peonies. They need them. All right, ready? So if you're going to bring them in for an arrangement, you just shake them off really, really well outside, or you're going to have ants, right? Okay, I'm going to center the sign for this design. Or am I going to put it down here? Oh, she's so pretty. Let's put our bow on first because we might be doing something a little different. I definitely think I need to extend. I wish I had reminded myself to go get the extra long. I have them in white. Where are my tools? The extra long Chanel stems from Deco Exchange. I don't know. I need to go see what colors they have. If I slow down long enough today in my chair and sit down and focus on it, maybe I'll get it done. Because they're genius and they're exactly what I need every time. Every time I wish I had them. Every time. Okay. To me, this is 11 o'clock. If you're wondering where it's going, it looks like 11 o'clock to me. So what are you girls doing this weekend? Our oldest son is putting in our mulch. Our youngest son is dropping off our grandson so we can hang out with his cute little self. He never quits moving. Never, ever, ever quits moving. Unless he's asleep. And he doesn't sleep much. He is a go, 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 go kid. And see, it's funny because he's our youngest son's son. So how about that? How about a positive twist on that? Our youngest son, who suffered 2 traumatic brain injuries in high school, 2 years apart, lots of struggles, is dropping off his beautiful son today. And we have so many blessings. To have had 2 traumatic brain injuries, Parker is high functioning. Really should be no tears. It should just be happiness and celebration. And that's the truth. It just traumatized me a little bit, you guys. I'm not going to lie. And I have worked on it really hard. Really hard. I've done a lot of work. I did a little bit of equine therapy. When I leave home, I'm in a wheelchair, and I went up to that farm, and I sat in my wheelchair with a horse, and it was amazing. So if you're struggling, and you have equine therapy in your area, cannot recommend it enough. Okay, look. Loving it. But now, I think I'm going to put this here, like tuck it in here. We are. Just got to have my Chanel stem behind all of this. Here comes Rosie again. That sound is music to my ears. I just hope it's not driving you girls crazy. All right. If it is, you're not going to hurt my feelings, let me know, and I'll make sure not to have her on again for a video. People have said far worse. My husband is like, how is this not hurting your feelings? And I was like, I have a thick skin. I don't know. I just always have. I laugh when people try to tear me up. Anyway, I've gotten so off track. We are attaching the sign. This is such a cute wreath. It really is. This is gorgeous. This for Mother's Day, I just think this is great. The other wreath we made in the last series for a nursing home was adorable. And listen guys, I don't mass produce any of my wreaths. The most I make of any of them is 3, and I do have supplies to make 3 of this one and 3 of the other one. That's it. So if you want it, I'm not just saying this, you better get it because they will sell, and there's only 3. And that's it. That's what I have on hand right now. I did get lucky that this sign landed where the crossbars are. Some of you girls that sit here and plan things out more than I do probably could have planned it that way. I fly by the seat of my pants. I tell you girls all the time, my style of organization is organized chaos. And I stand by that. All right. I want to be organized. But like, you know, Martha Stewart type perfection, that's not a reality here. And it's never going to be, and I'm okay with that. All right. Sorry, I thought my son was home with the mulch. Okay. Must be a different truck somewhere on the street. She's adorable. Let's put her on the board to see if you can see her better, but I will do what I always do, and I will video her and take photos of her. I want her like that. Oh, she's precious. I'm gonna pull you girls up. Close your eyes if you get motion sick. There she is. Look at that. Precious. I'm going to get her photographed, videoed, get her in the shop, and the next video will be the finished product. Thanks for hanging out for this series. This wreath is precious. It has an amazing message. Don't any of you ever forget that the Bible says, do not be afraid 365 times, which is once for each day. Okay? Until next time.